Hi everyone, welcome to the studio today. I have got a couple of really quick things to show you today. One of them I actually did a blog post on quite a while ago, and I had someone message me about it just recently, and I thought, this might actually be something really cool to show a video on. So you're probably wondering what this scrubby little thing in my hand is here, but it is actually a glue gun stamp, and I made this stamp, 5 or 6 years ago now, and as you can see, I have used it over and over and over again, and it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love glue gun stamps. They're so organic, they're so easy to make. You can make your own patterns. There is a world of things that you can do with a glue gun stamp. So that is what I'm going to play with today. Very, very quickly, it's a super quick little project, but I really love it. And they actually create very beautiful veneers for using in our beads and cabochons, etc. Or for kind of doing whatever else you are doing with your polymer clay at the time. So basically this is just a block of wood. Luckily, my hubby is a carpenter, so I have a shed full of timber here, and I went and found all these offcuts, and you know what? Perfect for glue gun stamps. Absolutely perfect. So I've even double-sided a lot of mine and kind of just played around, and as I said, I made these all at the same time, and that glue is so stuck onto here, it's not funny. So it was basically just the glue gun heated up so it was nice and hot, and I drew my design on, and that was it, and I let it sit and rest, and that was the end of it. And honestly, they have stuck there. It's so amazing. They're just perfect. So let's have a play around with some of these today. Actually, this one is not a glue gun stamp. As you can tell, this is a polymer clay stamp, but very similar concept. So this is a really cool idea as well. And I love spirals. I'm a real spiral person. And I think the reason I love these stamps so much is that no one else has a stamp exactly like mine. If I make it myself, I'm the only person in the world with that stamp. And you know, some people like that, some people don't, that's fine. But this is a really cheap and inexpensive way to create your own amazing textures. All right, I'm going to show you these two very, very quickly. There is just one small tweak. Everything else is exactly the same, but you get two completely different looks just with that one small tweak, and I'll show you what the one small tweak is in just a moment. Let me show you. Let's just move these out of the way. I've got here, I'm using Primo clay today, would you believe? It's a little bit cool here, and I had these really beautiful colors, so I thought I'm just going to grab the Primo. I'm using white, I think it's the bright green pearl, correct me if I'm wrong someone, and wasabi. So very cool colors. I have run these through my pasta machine on a number 2 setting, number 1 being my thickest. So these are all through on a number 2 setting. Let's work on this one first. So I've simply popped them together in this order. I'm leaving my pasta machine on number 2, and I'm running through once, and then I'm going to cut it roughly in half and piece it on top of each other. And you know, it's not perfect, doesn't matter. I don't really care about trimming the end off. So I've run that through here again, and look, a little bit of grubbiness. Oh, I don't mind about that. I'm going to cut it again. So I've gone through my pasta machine twice. So that was the 3rd time. And I'm just going to trim this end up, and I'm going to turn it over so I've got the white here. Okay, let's do it with the other one as well. I'll do it very quickly. So one, chop in half. Going through for my second roll through. Let's chop it in half again, maybe about there. And third and final roll through. And let's just trim that one up. So my two pieces are ready to work with. I've got one bigger than the other, doesn't really matter. So I'm going to get my glue gun stamp and I'm just going to brush tiny weeny bit of powder onto the surface. See that? Way too much. So brush it on, get it into all the crevices, and then I'm going to do this away from my clay. Blow off the excess. There you are. Now let's move number 2 veneer over there and let's put, and look, this stamp is only that big, so I'm just going to cut this in half, or cut it about here, and I've got something else to show you with that one. All right, ready? I've got this one here. Let's just press it down. Oop. Press. And because that was on my Multix bake paper, it actually, I should have had it here. So when you do it, you will have it on a tile. Actually, I had this prepared earlier, but I forgot to show you. So you will have your clay on a little tile when you press your glue gun stamp down. So that way it is going to stick onto this tile. And when you do your shaving, it is actually going to stay put and it's not going to move. I'm really quickly now going to do some texture just on this little bit, and you know, these kind of dots just work in with this organic pattern. So let's just do it really quickly. There we go. All finished. Couple more there. Now I'm finished. Okay, I'm ready to do my slicing now. So I have a really nice sharp tissue blade that I'm going to do my slicing with. And ooh, it's going to want to move. So I'm going to hold my clay, my tile in place, just like this. And I'm going to move these bits. That first one there, see that? That was way too much. But I'm going to keep going because I think you kind of get the idea from this piece around here how cool it looks. Move all these little shavings out of your way. So set it up. See how I'm kind of having to use my hand here to stop this. You could put some blue tack under your tile on your work surface so that it doesn't move. You could do whatever you need to do so that you've got your hands nice and free to be able to do this. So look how cool that glue gun, oh look what I did. Do you know what? I really don't care, it doesn't matter. Let's go like this. Let's move that out of the way and look, oh yay, I'm happy with that. So you can see that beautiful organicness that your glue gun stamp actually gives your clay. It's just so beautiful. So I'm going to move this one off here, and I would of course probably flatten this out a little bit more so that I could use it as a veneer in one of my pieces. I'm just going to put it there. Now let me get the next one. Oh, actually, I'll do it on this tiny piece. Okay, so this was our first one. The second one with just a tweak. Let's do the tweak right now. Watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to shave some chalk onto my work surface. Sorry, onto my clay. See that? Let's just go a little bit of that there. Now what I'm going to do, working on the lightest colour first, I'm just going to rub that into the surface. Changing fingers. So I'm going to get a little bit of a blend here. Not a huge amount, but it's a little bit. Now you can see I've got a huge amount of excess chalk. So I am just going to blow it off there so that I don't get chalk everywhere. Just got to wipe my hands off as well here. And now what I'm going to do is use my glue gun stamp again. And I'm going to use the same one so you can see. Now, because I've put some chalk on here, I don't need to put powder on here because this is not going to stick. Watch me do it and then watch it stick. Okay, let's just press it down. Ah, that was nice. Gosh, probably not enough. I wonder if I can sit it in there. Oh, yes, I can. That kind of slotted back into place quite nicely. Let's hope I haven't ruined it now. No, look. So you can see that I impressed all that nice blue colour down into the surface. Sorry, that was on the surface down into the clay. Now I'm going to do the same here. So I'm pressing all of that nice blue chalk down into the clay. Flip it over. Let's get a smaller one in there. And this time when I do my shaving, gosh, let's try not to shave so much off the surface next time. Do you know what? I quite often make mistakes, and rather than throw it away, not use it, get upset, I try and fix it. And I think that's a really cool thing to do. So, you know, I like that one, even though I shave too much off. Rather than scrunch the whole clay up again and do something else with it, I'm going to use that because I think it looks really cool. All right, let's move on to this one. And I'm not going to shave so much off the surface now. I'm going to be really careful. And you know to keep all these little bits, don't you? Okay, let's just get these off. See how that has made, just that little addition of chalks has made just a huge difference to this little piece of clay. Sorry, I'll be quick. Let's just quickly whiz it up here. Get that one off. And you know, it's funny, I'm working in the blues and greens, which I never work in. And I really just, I'm not overly keen on them that much. But I think that wasabi, that got to me, that color. I do love it. All right, let's get that bit off there. Kind of like a little bit of that blue there. Let's just leave it like that. Look at the difference that has made. Let me just show you. That's a huge difference just by that tiny weeny addition of chalks. Now you might say, yeah, but I could just put another color of clay in there. And sure, you could. The good thing about the chalk, sorry, I'm just trying to move all these extra little bits of clay out of the way. The good thing about using the chalks is I didn't have a huge amount of difference in the colors on mine, but you could actually blend the colors from a light to a dark. You could do something completely different to what I've done here. But let's just really quickly do this. So this is number 2 on the pasta machine. Let's run it through number 2. No difference, of course. Let's run it through number 3. Not a huge amount of difference, but let's run it through number 4 and see what happens. Oops, I got a corner of it stuck up then, but that's okay. Number 4, now can you see how? I might even go one more, even though I like all my veneers to be the same thickness, that's okay, I can get away with that. Look how it's darker in the middle here, but then it kind of ghosts on the outside. And I love that look. I'm not sure if you can see that very clearly where you are. I'm just going to go number 5 just for the hell of it and see what happens. Ooh, and it actually looks even a lot cooler. So there you have it. By using our little glue gun stamp. Oh, sorry, I was completely out of screen then. By using our beautiful glue gun stamps, we've created some really cool veneers, and just that little addition of chalk made all the difference. So there you are, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.